Hello everyone, it's Dance again. Today I bring you here on YouTube my demonstration that has the full extent back on the Patreon alongside with the brushbacks that you can check out. The link is on the description here on YouTube. But the idea is the following. On this part 1 and part 2, I'm going to prove to you that a good process that has great fundamentals merged can be useful regardless of style and regardless of medium. So I chose in this part 1, we're going to do a portrait in digital. This time I used my traditional oil brushback that you get for free on the Patreon. And in the second time, I'm going to do it on oils. So I think we really clarify that no matter what medium you do, if you really know the fundamentals, have a great process, a very simple one, you can draw anything you want. So let's dive straight into it. Okay, so as always, we're going to start very simple, but I want you to really pay attention in what I will say. This time, I'm doing it with a very generic shape, big shapes to specific. So go from big shapes, medium shapes to small shapes, from generic to specific, okay? And I chose to not do the heavy lifting of the portrait at the start. So I chose to not design the proportions as accurately in the beginning. But that doesn't mean that me or you will not do it in the future, okay? Usually, it's great if you start with your proportions, a really tight drawing, just like in the last video, how to paint an epic landscape, right? I think that was the title that I painted homeward. And I did a very, very, very meticulous blocking. And then I applied the color blocking, I separated the shadows of the lights with color, and then I did the first, second and third pass. But this time we're going to go a little bit loose in the start, and then as the painting goes on, we're going to make it more tight, okay? So it's just a slightly different approach in style, but at the end it's the same thing. Just like I said many times, it's so simple, it's so obvious, it's so close that you didn't see it. So it's very simple. Don't stick with the details. I want you to really grasp the principles, because what is the principle is what comes first. And without it, we can have the second, the third, the fourth, and so on and so on, okay? So, okay, what is a blocking? Is my planning of the drawing. On the last video, I did it, the separation, the most important thing to have your drawing really established. I did the separation of the light family and the shadow family with hard edges, because they're the best point of reference for you to have a strong proportion and go on with the drawing. But this time I chose to do just a generic mass of color as a blocking. But after that you saw on the start of the video, what we're going to do can look a little bit confusing or magical. That isn't right there. Oh, he just drew it. It seems like, oh, step 1, do your planning, step 2, draw it. It's not exactly like that. Calm down, it's not exactly like that. Because in truth, you're going to draw it 3 times. So you have your planning, right? You know what you're going to draw. Then when you finish the planning, you need to ask yourself, okay, I finished this blocking. On the last one was with lines, this one was with color mass. Okay, can I see the final product if I really look at this blocking from very, 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 very far away? Can you see it? If you can see it, okay, move it to the next stage, which is the first pass. What you're going to do the first pass is go from point A to B. What do you mean? Each thing that you draw serves as a point of reference. Okay? So if you really draw an accurate eyebrow, this will lead to an accurate eye. And this eye will lead to this eye. Because in comparison, you see what's wrong and what's right. Okay? In comparison. Remember that. In comparison, you see what's wrong and what's right. So since we're searching for points of reference, we're going to do the first pass, which is, okay, I'm going to draw this accurately. Then I'm going to move to the eyes. It's just that simple, okay? But it could be in any order that you want, okay? Then I'm going to the nose and to the mouth and to the rest of the face. But in this way, I chose this path, but you can do it in other way as well. Like I said, it's very simple. Don't stick to the details like the order. No, stick to, okay, each thing that I draw will serve as a point of reference for me to draw the next thing. And if I don't draw this first thing good, the second one is going to look as worse as the first one. So just do one step at a time. So you can do the eyebrows, the eye, the nose, the mouth, the jaw here, boom, you tighten it up, and that's it. You do that one time, the best you can, Just like, remember this, if you don't design, if you don't draw it, it's not going to be there. So you're going to do it the best you can. And when you do that one time, okay, I did one pass, right? I went through the painting one time. So I'm going to went through the painting a second time to really refine the structure. Because if you have that big shape, as you saw right now, when I had the big shape, the generic, right, good, reading well, just like letters on a book, on a chapter, I can start to go in and fill in small shapes, which means more information than details. So why did I say this in a very slow manner? Is for you to realize that details is just more information. Details will not make your painting better. No. Details are just more information. Okay? And it doesn't mean that you have more information that you will have a better painting. So really look out for that. Don't let yourself be confused by, now I'm going through it again on what I said in the start of the video. Don't get confused by details. The only thing that matters is the fundamentals, is the principle, what came first. Because what came first is what made possible for the second, the third, the fourth. In the same way you're going to draw, and in the same way you're going to keep your determination, your focus. So, as a recap, what I did, a generic blocking, then I went to the painting one time, first pass. Then I went to the painting a second time. Okay, but then what about the third pass? I'm going to refine the structure even more? No. It's very simple actually. The third pass is the time that it can refine your color accents, your brushwork, even more. Think like you made a book and you want, okay, now that I reading the book that I wrote, right, in English, I wrote the book, I'm going to do the cover. I didn't know how the cover of the book was going to be, but now that I finished the book, I mean, I'm going to do it. And sometimes you change idea, you remove some things, you keep and you remove some things and still keep others. And the third best is all about that. Is a period of reflection, is a time for you to really see your drawing and ask yourself, okay, what can I make to make this even more interesting, to make this finished? And how are we going to know if the painting is finished? There was some things that my teachers said to me that really stuck with me. I'm going to say some of them to you. The first thing, and this, no teachers said that to me because I'm not entirely self-taught, but I don't consider me self-taught because I went through a lot of books. So it's not just to me to say that I'm self-taught. I just study a lot. But the first thing is from my original sentence. It's from my heart, right? That is, please keep this. Will you put your painting on your wall? Really, will you put your painting on the wall? If you would, it's finished. Okay? So this is the first thing that you will know if the painting is truly finished. The second one is the alterations that I put in here are making the painting better or just different. Like I'm creating a second painting on top of this first one. If that's the case, you're probably finished as well. We reached a limit because we're not perfect. This per comes from complete and fect from doing. Fect is like fate, doing, right? So doing complete, making ourselves complete, and we're not that. We are incomplete. So it's never going to be perfect, but now that's the third thing that you're going to ask yourself. Is this good? If it is good, it's good. It's alright, it's good. It's good. Just like you need to make your heart good. It's not going to be completely perfect because you're not complete, but you can make it good. It alongside truth, it alongside love, it alongside good. And the same man are going to do that with your art. Just like I said, I started on the last video, I started as a musician, fingerstyle acoustic guitar, doing some crazy percussive stuff. And with music it's the same thing. You ask the same questions. And yeah, that's it. I think this really will make you... Bro, I really said something meaningful. Like I'm happy with what I did today. Yeah, I really hope that you keep those things in your heart and do the best artwork that you can and do good stuff. Okay, so yeah, that's it. A very different type of art video today, but see you in the next video, see you in the part 2, and see you on the Patreon. If you want the brush pack that I used, oh, that's very realistic. I can paint with oils in digital paint. That's quite interesting. You can hop into the Patreon. The link is on the description, okay? And you're going to have access to this written process, step by step, my brush packs, more extensive lessons, and some files for the paintings here, and so on and so on. I will just keep adding everything that I did on this 10 years, okay, as a professional artist. So yeah, see you there and have a good day, and yeah, see you in the next video. Goodbye.